Young, wild and free, but faced with one of the biggest challenges of our times: unemployment. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns, the youth found social media as the only source of company. Data Reporto, a data insights and trends aggregator, says that social media usage in Uganda increased by 900,000 in the lockdown period, following this youth influx. But as lives moved online, social media helped young people feel the unemployment.
When COVID came in, and I was working, unfortunately I was working in hospitality industry. That is working nightclubs and what, because I was a manager. And when COVID hit us, it hit us very, very hard. I started making money week in, week out, and Twitter almost fed me from the time COVID came in Uganda, when we started our lockdown, up to now, even right now.
Ishmael Abenitwe is a third-year student of mass communication at Makerere University. Over the years, he has grown his social media following to close to 100,000, and it is paying off.
Someone sent me a message and told me he had work for me for Melbet. It's a sports betting company. So he told me I would be working for 70,000 per week. Tweeting every day, 2 posts, 2 tweets. So they were charging each tweet at 5,000. So I could not, even if it were 30,000 by that time, because I'd never seen that, I could just accept.
Social media influencers earn more than what an average full-time job in Uganda pays. Enticed by the digital spotlight and the promise of significant wealth, the young people are having a time of their life.
In the first lockdown, my first gig was about Kaguta Foundation, and it's Evans. There is some guy called Evans who gave it to me. At that gig, they were paying 30,000. I was so excited. 30,000 just using your phone. I was so excited. I have my own company. I've managed to buy my mom a plot of land. I can take care of myself. Like, I can contribute on my tuition, like there's other school requirements.
I remember we worked for Iham, and for one day, he gave me $200. And I was like, wow, only one day, and someone give you 200,000.
It depends, but it's around 1M, if 1.5, if the month is really good for me.
Well, social media has given capital and a voice to anyone who has a good phone and has a good head on their shoulders to speak to the world. In fact, the tagline for YouTube is broadcast yourself. And so the reliance on traditional media to get your word out there has died out in the past. And with time, traditional media is also integrating some of its operations with social media. There are digital arms that are being formed right now in traditional companies. So influencers must understand that they are now a critical part of the conversation to shape societies, to shape conversations.
From Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, young people charge companies, organizations and individuals in a range of approximately 50,000 to 1 million Ugandan shillings per gig to front and give exposure to different interests of their clients on social media to affect audience purchase decisions.
Traditionally, influencing had been ring-fenced for people who have a specific claim to fame, like athletes and musicians, because they claim a certain fan base that they have a control over. But hundreds of Ugandan urban youth have broken this barrier. But who qualifies to be an influencer anyway?
In reality, influencing means your ability to actually make me purchase something with absolute results. Having influencer on your bio has been understood as having done gigs. So not everyone that calls themselves an influencer is an influencer. You don't proclaim it. it's us, the end user, that say, now that's an influencer because you swayed them to do something. Yeah.
Despite a good vibe around this wave and young people making a living, concerns about the gimmicks that they use to grow accounts are rife. Nudity and harassment have stood out. Danze though feels there is a better way to go about it.
Some of the first ways to grow is being consistent online. I've grown to over 24,000 followers right now. I've grown by about 14,000 by sharing knowledge and my experiences. Because I'm trying to build an organic brand, but then you'll see someone struggling to build a community because they're scattered in their messaging. Today you're on pads, tomorrow you're on Movit, another day you're on other detergent, travel, and all those things are a bit scattered. So people that are streamlined into one specific direction easily grow. If you're a good storyteller, if you're a good content creator, if you're doing advocacy, for example, sexual reproductive health or whatever it is, you go in that line. Inevitably, the numbers begin to come because you're teaching the algorithm on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram that you're consistently providing this kind of content.
I have tasted the bitter pill of unemployment in Uganda. For every young person I see trying out influencing, I see one less burden to a parent, to a friend, or a sibling. Social media usage in Uganda might have its own downside, but if the bag is being secured, there's something positive to write home about. This is Solutions Now, Africa.